Yo, I just got a little hustle, got a little work, couple little jobs for the eyes, a little dirt, couple ends for my troubles, couple little perks, never took orders well, self-sufficient little jerk, lining up the sheep and preparing to sink my teeth in, the AKA's the wolf, for a effing reason, insomniac demon, hardly ever sleeping. What's good, y'all? This is the WulfWords podcast. I'm your host, Taji Aki. Co-hosting with me today, we got Keezy, we got Shantae. Hey. I should know both of them from previous podcasts. If you have not listened to our previous podcast, you'll need to go ahead and do that. Yeah. So anyway, this past week there was a shock sent around the globe.
A
shockwave sent around the globe when Facebook stalled for an hour or so. I don't know how long was it. I don't even remember.
7 hours.
Yeah. Definitely
about 7 hours?
Yeah. About 7 hours, yeah.
Dang. Yeah, so Facebook stalled for 7 hours or so. And so obviously people's lives are so attached to social media these days that, people start panicking.
It wasn't just Facebook, right? It was also
everything associated with Facebook.
Okay.
Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp.
So the whole Facebook franchise, so to speak, or whatever.
Correct.
Shut down. And, people use these things for their businesses. People use it for their social needs. WhatsApp too, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So people was
shut down conversations.
If those of us who don't have backup plans for our social outlets and whatnot. Like I went to Telegram. I honestly would prefer using Telegram.
I like Telegram better as well. But
what is Telegram?
It's like WhatsApp, but it's not. It's not associated. It's not a Facebook thing,
right?
You know what I mean?
We don't have to worry about it get shut down.
I think I just like it the way it runs better. Like you don't even have to give out a number to be on there. You can use ads. You know what I'm saying?
Oh really?
Yeah. People
that's
can
right.
find
Yeah,
you.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. Yep.
Yeah. So there's things about Telegram I think is better. But anyway, I digress. Facebook, everything associated with Facebook shut down. People was kind of like sent in panic mood. Some people, you know what I mean? I don't know anybody that was sent in panic mood.
Me either.
But I'm sure there were because this social media has become people's ways of existing now. Mm-hmm. People's businesses, I can understand that.
I was shocked.
A lot of people, some people operate their businesses off of WhatsApp. Mm-hmm. People run their business, profit. Their profits are based on sometimes Instagram promotions, ads, stuff like that. So, apparently, I've heard that Facebook lost billions of dollars or something. I don't know how true that can be, but it's accurate.
I heard that as well.
Yeah. I think he lost $6 to $7 billion in those 7 hours.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
So if he lost $6 to $7 billion in those hours, how much is that? How much is Facebook making, yo?
Billions.
Tons.
Dang.
And that's just one day.
One day.
Well, he's been a billionaire for how long?
Yeah, he's been a billionaire for a while, but
it's
as you said,
criminal for people to have that much money and not spread it around. That's a whole nother topic, but it's criminal for people to have that much money and not spread the wealth around the rest of the globe, society, or whatever. So you said how did this happen?
It was a whistleblower about to tell on him about like social issues and how they run in Facebook, and I think that's why they shut it down. I mean, can't nobody really prove it, but they were trying to stop the woman from talking.
I feel like that just looks so bad. Even if you can't, the right attorney could at least pinpoint the timeline of events. And what a coincidence. When's the last time that this happened with Facebook where they shut down for so long? Has it happened before?
What are you saying? It's shady that they shut down because of
I'm saying it looks weird. Like when's the last time it's not like this happens often with Facebook. Like when's the last time that they shut down for a significant period of time?
Not this long. I can't remember.
Not this long.
Shut down this long. I mean, they've had little minor glitches, little shutdowns for like an hour or so. But
yeah, you were shut down for a whole day. You were hoping that bitch was asleep by the time you got it up and running again.
and it was all three things. Like Instagram might slow down or something like that, or Facebook or whatever. But all three of them shut down.
They make money off of all three of them. So combined, if you really think about it. Yeah, I could see.
Yeah, the money. You mean the money that they lost? Yeah.
Do you know how much money you have to have though? Because I'm sure if this is true, allegedly, we have to throw that out, right? Yeah. Allegedly, if this is true, you know how much money you have to face the fact that you could potentially lose around $6 billion. I checked, and it's $6 billion, and say this is worth it. This is worth it. Let's go ahead and lose the $6 billion.
Right. Or how much money you gotta have.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. How much money must you have? I thought
you were saying how much of a risk they thought this whistleblower was to just be okay with losing $6 billion.
I mean, you could look at it that way too.
Yikes! But we talk like I hope understand people understand that we're talking about billions, not millions, not thousands.
Right.
And we're talking about hours, not even a full day, hours. So I mean, just if they make that much in hours, like, you know, without doing math, like, I mean, come on, we're talking about like.
There should be no starving people in this
No, there
should be no starving people in this
people should, which the homeless would be solved. A lot of this stuff will be solved, man, and they will still have disposable income to bring money in. $6 billion in a couple hours, bruh.
That's nuts. Like, I heard that number. I thought it was just like a rumor. You know what I mean?
No, it's confirmed.
So what kind of stuff have you heard this whistleblower was trying to say? Like, no,
hold up. I found it. So according to this article on CNN, she stated that Facebook's products harm children, stoke division, and weaken our democracy, and put profit over moral responsibility. She said these problems are solvable. A safer, free speech, respecting, more enjoyable social media is possible. Facebook can change, but it's clearly not going to do so on its own.
So she wants the government to get involved,
as they should.
She was talking to lawmakers.
This is kind of the case with a lot of things that are making money in our country. Pretty much everything is making money, major amounts of money in our country. Unfortunately, it can change. Are they going to change? Probably not. Now, Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, the Facebook powerhouse or whatever, is controlling a lot of our social activities, our social habits, really kind of manipulating who we are socially as people to a degree, along with like TikTok and Twitter to a lesser extent, maybe, YouTube and some of the other social mediums. That being the case, and if you take into account what she said, that there's a lot of corruptness behind how these social media outlets operate, and you know, she felt like it was important enough to whistleblow, and they felt like it was important enough to shut down everything. If y'all believe that, that's why they did it, shut down everything for 7 hours. How detrimental is this to our society and our people and our youth and our development as human beings? Social media.
Yeah.
Do y'all agree that it's that corrupt?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think it is. I also think it's so subjective. Like, social media is what you make it to be. I know people who use it for their businesses, and it works very well for their business. I haven't seen anybody at the gas station, you know, open up their trunk to, you know, show me their products in years since social media. So it seems to be helping a lot of people, helping people establish their businesses, their side hustles, what have you. It's easier to get word of mouth out there. But then I've seen some people that they can't get off of social media and they get the negative effects of it. So I think it's honestly what people make it to be. It's how you use it. How much time are you spending on it? I feel ashamed every Sunday. Like, I kind of challenge myself. Like, if I see that my screen time has increased, I feel ashamed of that. Like, I don't want a high screen time on my phone. That means I sat on my phone. I mean,
it's interesting that they even provide that. It's because I would expect them to be more like a casino where they don't even have clocks on the walls. You know what I'm saying? The fact they even allow you to see how much time you're spending on it, you know what I mean, is weird to me considering how corrupt I agree that these platforms are.
And that's the phone that's the phone telling us that.
It's not the Instagram stats.
No,
your phone can
you could. Yeah, your phone does. I get the notifications
I think
every
Instagram
Sunday.
does it too, though.
They do as well. But if you have Apple, I don't know if other phones do it, but I know Apple does.
Okay,
it'll tell you.
And that's weird that even the phones are doing it. Apple's part of this as well.
I mean, it really won't take much away from. There are ways in which you could use your phone,
right. So they still,
intentionally, and because
so Apple maybe not so much as part of it, or the phone companies or whatever, maybe not so much a part of this demise, if you want to call it that, as a social media outlet.
Yeah,
and honestly, some people might look at that and they might want their screen time to increase, because if this is their business and they use their phone and social media and all that for their business aspect, they're going to want to make sure they put in a lot of time. So again, it's subjective
Well,
what
yeah,
that
a lot of
means to
people
you.
work off their phones. I work off my phone a huge chunk of time.
Good.
Hey, Tanya Keith, I just want to know one thing, yo.
Yeah.
Why all these questions?
Yo, some say I'm too outspoken, tired to be on some other bitch. Cats and shit, scared to quote it, bloggers don't wanna publish it. Rather be that than a token, y'all dudes be on some rubbish shit. I'm trying to get that all in the open, on the table before expunging it. MC shunning it, fuck it, either way they ain't touching it. Either way all I want is scholarly pundits discussing it. I'm the hub of the mothership, but don't budge unless I budget it. Take orders from no man, I do what the hell I want with it.